Good day, dear teacher. My name is Vanessa Victor. I'm going to talk about of my fourth lesson plan. First, I'm going to explain how I will take my class. First, I'm going to explain my class or my topic through this poster and also with this material didactic called flashcard. Okay, then the student have to do a short exercise in class. After that, they explain the teacher the class, and finally the student have to do the short evaluation at the end of the class. In this moment, I'm going to talk about of my third lesson plan, step by step, that I had the first point, informative date, that the topic is passive voice, simple present. With the date is May 13, 2020. The grade is to apply to a student the second baccalaureate, and duration of the class is 45 minutes, and the lower intermediate is the professional level that the designer is that the Vanessa Victor, me. The second point in the second number is the TOEFL objectives, and for example, in this part we need to put or apply that the force ability, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. That I had to force objectives. That the first is identify the following instruction and accurately name the new vocabulary words, passive voice, simple present, and we will be able to recognize the vocabulary words, passive voice, simple present, and also we will able to write and rewrite and differentiate a sentence using the passive voice. This is necessary for a student because the students pay attention to the force ability when the teacher teach to them the topic, and also when they practice in the class and when interact with the other classmate, the student put the practice the force ability. When the students do the exercise, practice the ability writing. When the student read the poster, put and practice the ability reading. When the student talk with other students, put the practice the ability speaking. If when the teacher explain the class, a student pay attention, the student put the practice the ability listening, because the student are pay attention to the class, are listening, are follow to the instructions. And the number 3, we have the methodology and strategies. We have the communicative language teaching is also audiolingual method. And communicative language teaching is when the teacher explains the class, and also the student pay attention and listen. The student put the practice the method audiolingual because students are listen and also the teacher is explain the topic. Strategies is when is at the form the teacher put the activity where the student were in crowd and were individual, were all the crowd in the class. Is the way to the do activity. And also we have the number 4, the anticipatory set. The teacher begin by differentiating when the sentence is written in passive voice, making a several simple examples with the will easily capture the idea, causing to then develop the writing and pronunciation the sentence in passive voice. And the number 5 main teaching input is the state by state again, how all the plant is the part with the teacher put the time for activity to do in the class, state by state. For example, when the teacher do one activity, when the teacher explain the activity, when the teacher explain the topic, when the teacher give them or give the activities, the teacher was around the checking the student to the activity, the teacher check the answer, the teacher monitoring the pronunciation, the teacher conclude with the activity. This is all for this point that to complete this plan. The number 6 is the modeling. The modeling is when the explain is correct structure. For example, is the correct structure that is exposed in passive voice refers now without the exercise in your brain. For example, in this part, give them the examples in passive voice. The exercise will allow the student to write more fluid in passive voice. In number 7, we have the graded practice and the student develop the activity about the computation worksheet. In this case, we have a flashcard with past participle regular verbs and also past participle irregular verbs. When the student have to give to the correct verb to put in the sentences. It's necessary for do or write one sentence. That is important to use this material. Number 8, we have the independent practice. The students will given a worksheet, in this case that is writing sentences in your book or in your notebook, and they must rewrite a few sentences past voice. The teacher helps for almost it's necessary clearing in doubt in a student hat. And number 9 is autism. Students were impaired, but the students were impaired, but or were individual. In this case, my plan have the word individual. The students, for example, is when the word formulate sentence in passive voice in the simple present, in the verb are in the proper form, in the order or their structure is correct. The number 10 is closing review and follow up is as the student will be concluded the activity, rewind, and also ordering the sentences, but the teacher knows the level of understanding of the class provided. The students put in practice this with this activity, the number 9 and the number 10 of the plans assessment and closing review that follow. The teacher know the level of understand of the class. Then a student practice order this sentence that put the correct structure to apply in the sentence. In this moment, I'm going to talk about the positive and negative aspect. The positive aspect, in my opinion, is necessary to create adequate didactic material for explain the class according to the topic and also the level of the students. In this case, is that the second baccalaureate is a level or for more student, more teenager that is necessary to practice with exercise for the student understand the topic. Then is necessary to do in create the plan for explain or for follow to the order in the class. The negative aspect is when the teacher don't apply the one hour activity that is necessary for the student and for also for do exercise in the body or in before that the you practice for the student can be relaxing. And also, other mistake or other negative aspect is the time. The nowadays the students are slow for learn, and, also in this topic that is a very complicated because yeah, they're hard to explain that the apply the ruler for example in this part is a note that the student should they take in count that this ruler for do this sentence. For this reason, it's necessary to 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 create to plan the topic. In conclusion, it's necessary very important to teacher and student again for for put and practice the class. This is all from me, teacher. Thank you very much.